Hey, it's H here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for SP500. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott Wave Theory and provide multiple sunrise price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting here on 15-minute time frame, and today we're going to be focusing on the structure starting from the 13th of October lows around $3,500. Since then we have had two different scenarios, a bearish one and a bullish one. Let's check out the bearish one first. In this one we have this whole structure labeled as an A wave, B wave and C wave into a W wave up in here. Then another three-way structure coming down, whether you label it like an A, B, C like that, or W, X and Y, does not really matter. Point is that we are starting the count here, ending it here. So overall that would be the X wave coming back to the 0.5 here, and then we would be looking upwards. At the moment we have the targets for this higher time frame of 3,925. At this moment that would be the one-to-one extension of this W wave pivoted from X. So that is definitely the main goal here. Of course we have overall targets anywhere from the 4,040 to the 3,925. Anywhere beyond that is going to be favoring the bullish count even more. At the moment the A to C ratio, again as mentioned in previous ones, did not hit the one-to-one, which is again the reason why I did prefer the bullish count more, because we could have this as a 1-2, 1-2 setup. But we'll get into that in a bit. On this wave Y of micro counts, the pink one, the internals would be something like three-way structure, three ways, and then possible three ways. Again, this we don't have any divergence at the high here, so it is much possible that this is a three-way structure like so. And depending on how high or how low we are going to get here, we are going to be labeling this as a WXY or that ABC. I don't think this is a 5-way move, so might as well just label it as a WXY for now. Not really seeing that we're going to be getting a really low extension here, unless there is going to be very much of an extension here for that C wave. Now the idea here is that we have had this as an A wave, another three-way structure for that wave B, and now we'll be getting that wave C. As we are expecting a 5-way structure here on wave C, we would be looking for this as more of a diagonal at the moment. I do think that this looks pretty okay as a three-way structure, another three-way structure, possible three-way structure here. However, this third wave here is already larger than this one, so on original rules or regulations, or whatever you want to be calling them, this should be an expanding structure in diagonal varieties. But as we've seen on the smaller time frames, that is generally not always the case. So that's why on smaller degrees and smaller time frames, I do accept, even though this third would be a bit larger than the first one here, to create a contracting diagonal as well. Of course, these are not pivoted, or these are not set in stone yet, these trend lines at all. So this definitely can become an expanded structure here as well, or expanded diagonal. But again, whenever this is going to be finished, we're going to be looking for that wave 2, looking for that short opportunity to get into that third wave here, fourth and fifth. When we are getting that divergence here, we could be looking into the entering the long setup. Depending of course how low we're going to get, we might be getting some key areas of this retracement of this first original move. Golden pocket 0.5, definitely the main ones at the moment. We're checking out some volume here. Again, it is not really giving us too much info. Again, between the golden pocket and the 786 there is a lot of volume here, but yeah, not really any solid structures there. But yeah, that is the idea for this bearish count, looking for one more low here and then pump up higher to create that wave Y or wave C, however you want to be labeling it. Depending on how low we get here on this structure, we can be pivoting and targeting the wave Y better. Wave C targets, let's get those here as well. Let's bring this over a bit, and we would be having anywhere between the 1-to-1 to 1.618. We don't really want to go to that 1.618. That although has the golden pocket in place, The 0.5 has the 1.236 around 37.27, which would be the best, I feel like, at the moment, just by the confluence that we would be getting. Taking out the liquidity here, we have some support from the previous highs here, not really proper backtest. Well, there was some backtest here. Might be a good area to definitely look at. I already have alerts here just below the A wave, if this is going to be turning around as well. I need to be monitoring this if I can get into a short position here though, if this again turns into that diagonal that I was expecting at the moment. But that is the bearish scenario. Let's take a look at the bullish one next on 15-minute time frame here. And in here, I'm expecting this to be a wave 1, 2, 1, 2, and another 1, 2, either creating the wave 2 already in here. However, this does not really feel bullish at all, so that's why I do expect we are getting something like this, which we are expecting also on the bearish scenario. All of these subsequent smaller wave structure or wave degrees are actually smaller than the previous, which would fit into the idea that we are making smaller degree wave 1s to the higher side. Of course, again, the issue here is that we don't really have a good looking divergence here at all. We don't really have a good looking 5-way structure at all here. So, and we also have now a expanded structure here for the wave 2. So we can't have a diagonal here either, because again, we can't really take out the highs here. So it is making it a bit less likely to be the case, but again, for the ABC structure that we had on the other counts, we did not even hit the 1-to-1. So that's why I do favor this structure over here at least, but we'll see how it turns out. Of course, both of them are expecting a bounce from the lows that if we take out these lows, I'm looking to get into a long setup here for both of these counts. So that is a good thing that they are at least lining up, at least on these smaller time frames and more locally. That is going to add more confluence, and it doesn't really matter which count is going to be right at this point. Both of them are looking up higher, and that is the bet and the trade that I'm definitely more interested in at the moment. Could we have this as a diagonal? Don't really think so. Again, this would have to be some kind of expanding variety. It would fit into the idea of this being a 5, 3, 5. Again, we would have to have this as a 5-way structure ending at here, so that is a bit problematic. But we'll keep on monitoring this. Again, it is not very likely to be an expanded flat or expanded diagonal, just because again that structure is very, very much more rare than anything else. I would rather have a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 than an expanded diagonal at all times. So we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, I think that is pretty much everything I want to share on S&P 500 today. If you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes. Link to my free Discord server in the description below. And for now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.